Well, good evening. A local delegate blows over the legal alcohol limit while driving, but he doesn't get arrested.
Tonight, we have video of Delegate Chris Hurst pulled over while driving home from a party in Roanoke.
Now watch as police decide to test him for DUI and then listen to why they decided not to arrest him. Police pulled Delegate Chris Hurst over at about 2 a.m. Sunday morning on Interstate 81 after observing his car crossing the white line on the right side 3 times.
You had much alcohol at all tonight? If you had anything at all? A little bit. Your eyes are red, is the reason why I'm asking. Really? Alcohol here, is it?
Dash camera video shows Officer Swecker returning to his car and turning off the blue lights facing Hurst's vehicle. He radios he wants to take a closer look at his eyes.
Close your eyes real quick while you're sitting in the car.
Swecker performs the test. In the meantime, a second officer arrives on the scene. The first officer instructs Hurst to get out of the car and asks him about where he was.
Where did you say the party was you were coming from?
Up in Roanoke.
And all you had was champagne?
The officer then questions if Hurst knows his own status.
Do you feel like you're at or above the legal limit?
I wouldn't even know.
Hurst then passes 2 sobriety tests, counting backwards and reciting the middle of the alphabet. A few minutes later, Hurst tells the officer he's been diagnosed with sciatica in his leg from driving back and forth to Richmond. He says it affects his balance. Hurst then clearly wobbles several times when asked to walk heel to toe 10 steps up and back.
Do you think you're close to the legal limit?
I may be.
I suspect you of operating a motor vehicle in violation of 18.226.
The officer then offers to administer a breathalyzer test. Hurst asks, "What if I don't take it?"
I have to make an arrest decision based on your driving, field sobriety test, everything I've seen so far.
Hurst asks if he'll be arrested.
In my training experience, the eyes tell the tale. Looking at your eyes, I do believe you're over the legal limit.
He takes the test. He's over the limit of .08.
And you are extremely close. You're over the legal limit, .085.
The officer then explains why he will not be arresting Hurst, because he believes by the time they give him the real test, he would no longer be over the limit.
For that reason, I am not going to post under arrest.
The officer asks if Hurst's passenger has been drinking. Hurst says a little. She is then also given a test. She passes, but it's close.
I can't say she's good to drive.
And the officer then asked the couple to drive to a nearby Walmart in the parking lot, wait half an hour, then before driving home. Hurst also may not have been arrested because of a state law. 10 News reporter Lindsay Kennett joins us live tonight. She's outside the Christiansburg Police Department with more. So, Lindsay, can you explain to us what this law means?
John, this state law says that state representatives and senators cannot be arrested during session unless it's a serious crime. Under the Virginia Constitution, it says that legislators can be arrested for treason, felony, or breach of the peace during session, but they're immune from misdemeanors like DUIs. In Virginia, intoxicated driving doesn't become a felony charge until someone's 3rd offense within a 10-year span, or unless someone's injured or killed. Under that same law, legislators also cannot be arrested under any civil process during session or 15 days before or after a session. Plus, it protects their speech or debate on the House and Senate floors. There are similar laws in other states that give legislators immunity, like West Virginia and Arizona, and there are protections for diplomats and members of U.S. Congress. Political and legal experts say this immunity law in Virginia was made hundreds of years ago, designed to protect lawmakers from being targeted or intimidated by the governor, officials, or members of another political party.
Imagine the state police getting a directive: if you see a legislative license plate, pull that person over on suspicion of drunk driving or on suspicion of having a taillight out or something like this. It would minimally be very intimidating for a delegate and could even prevent that delegate from making a crucial vote in Richmond.
Coming up at 6, I talked with a criminal justice expert, hear what he has to say about this immunity law and why it really comes up to police discretion to enforce it. Live in Christiansburg, I'm Lindsay Kennett, 10 News, working for you.
Delegate Hurst issued an apology for the incident, saying, "I am very sorry this happened and take full responsibility for exercising such poor judgment. This mistake is not something I take lightly."